How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile Legion League. Let's take some time and actually figure out all these new skills that we got just now. So blood and sand is an aura. Okay, so whoa, how do I? Oh, okay, so I can toggle it between the sand stance, so deal less damage but more AoE. Boom. Or blood stance, deal more damage, less AoE. Oh, that's very small. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with the sand stance because this looks dope as hell. Okay, so that's a blood stance. I also have a war banner. So this banner gives me, I'm guessing, increased damage. When placed, I get increased aura effect per stage. It lasts 10 seconds after being placed. You and nearby enemies gain more accuracy rating. Gain 1 stage when you kill an enemy when placed. Increased AoE. Nearby enemies take 8% increased physical damage. And then gain adrenaline. Adrenaline. Adrenaline PoE. What does that do again? Adrenaline is a buff that grants attack damage, movement, attack, and cast speed. It's 100% increased damage, 25% increased attack, cast, and movement speed, and then 10% damage reduction. Okay, so we're going to run the banner. We are going to run Blood and Sense Aura, and then we're going to do it in the Sand Stance for now. Now, Steel Skin applies a buff, so I hit it, and basically I take reduced damage, and then Dash is... okay. And then if I put always attack without moving, I go backwards. Now, which would I prefer? I think I want to move forwards. Probably. I don't ever see myself backpedaling, so let's go with that. Okay, now that we have the sand stance, what I'm actually really excited about is this timeless monolith right here, because now that we have all this AoE, it's probably a lot easier to clear those monoliths. That's my guess, at least. This copper sword might be interesting. It is green, so I don't have a green support gem on me right now. However, this is quite a bit of damage. In fact, it's not a DPS boost. Okay, fine. Alright, so let's hit this. 22 seconds, right? Okay, so there are some things on their heads. Okay, I should be on the lookout for that.
My spirit is spent.
Is this one too? Well, I have a lot of damage now. So what was that dude with, like, it's on the map, it's showing. He's got something. I don't know what it is. This guy. Armor. Okay, so he drops an armor piece. Makes sense. This one has a red border around it. Why is that? Nothing special. Maybe it's just an interesting claw. Some life here. That's kind of nice. Let's put my stance back on. So I gotta remember to use these scarred skills, because it seems like something that I'm gonna forget to use. Okay, this claw. It is a boost in DPS. but when I use claws, I won't be able to use perforate. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. So, no claws. All right. Okay. Let's keep on chugging. So we aren't going to the flooded depths this time around. We're trying to go to the ledge. And actually, I want to do a little bit more progression. I don't want to just sit around killing mobs. So straight up, we're just gonna run through some of these guys unless they're blocking my way. Pretty much you're one-shotting them anyways, and that's probably the optimal case. Or that the optimal position you want to be in. One-shotting means you get to run, hit, you know, you get good EXP and you're not slowed down by having to hit the same mob multiple times and getting minimal EXP, you know. So I'm gonna put attack in place for perforate because it looks like I have enough AoE that I don't need to be right next to them, so that's okay. Alright. So yeah, every now and then, like I know a lot of players, when they see, you know, 1 or 2 mobs just kind of hanging back there that they haven't killed yet, they're like, oh, I need to go get them. You know, in order to be a completionist. A lot of players are like that, right? When you play these games, it's like, I need to kill everything. Trust me when I say that you're going to have plenty of opportunities to kill everything, and you probably don't need to worry about it right now. Obviously, the first time around, kind of feels like you're gonna miss out. You don't know exactly what to expect in the game, right? If I don't kill everything, or if I don't explore the entire area, how will I know? You know, I'm not missing out in certain areas, so I get it. But after you played a few times, and I'm still like, I'm still guilty of doing this as well, which is, you know, I try to kill everything, and most of it is because I just kind of go into autopilot and I don't pay attention. But really, when it comes to efficiency, if you just want to be a little bit more efficient, especially in the early game, like, we're not talking maps, we're not talking about end game, we're just talking about, you know, progression through the first 10 acts of the game. Probably want to just skip, like, just fight the bigger packs and skip everything else, you know. Alright, perforate is looking pretty dope, to be honest with you. Now, I noticed that I'm not really using the dash skill. It's a movement skill, so I should be using it more often. And the cooldown is pretty low too, so... Now, blue packs, you should definitely try and kill every blue pack because they give great experience. Alright, I'm gonna keep in mind that I should be using my Quicksilver. I should be using my dash. There are a lot more buttons to press now. And I hear that bosses sort of telegraph their attacks a lot more. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. Alright, so if I just hit Kudoku, probably all the other mobs, like the ads, are gonna get hit as well. Ooh. We got him. This hatchet looks really interesting. So does this hatchet. I actually like that more. Like, if you look at the flask, or not the flask, I just picked up a flask. If you look at the gem slots, I'll show you real quick. This guy, green, green, red. Red, green, red. Those are probably exactly the gem sockets that I'm looking for. So I'm actually going to take a portal back to town. So I want this.
Farewell.
Sell some of this stuff. These boots could be good. Movement speed? No movement speed. That's unfortunate. Oh no, don't sell this. I'll still equip it since it has a bit more resistance.
Stay
So early
sharp
on,
out
when you
there.
pick up armor, with the exception of movement speed on boots, everything else you probably want something like life, resistance, and oh wow, I can't roll any of this stuff. I can attach a whetstone to this, give it a bit more damage. That probably increases my DPS. Yeah, it does. And then I can do, let's see, where's my dual strike? Double strike. Does Nessa
Yes?
sell any green support gems? I think she does, right? Mirage Archer. Onslaught. Onslaught's good. Onslaught, and then Ruthless? Chance to bleed. I'll just do chance to bleed. Chance to bleed with double strike is actually pretty decent. Here it is. And then Steel Skin goes here. Ancestral Call, I'll level it up. Just because.
God
Okay.
hasn't abandoned us.
Unfortunately, I can't turn this into a blue, but the moment I pick up Transmutation Orb, I can do that. So I'll just wait on that for now. And can I put this on the main hand? Is that a thing? 134, 123. Double strike uses the main hand to attack, right? Oh no, there's no 2 fast strikes with a melee weapon. I think you alternate hands, but whatever. Whoa, game crashed. I don't know why, but okay, sure. Alright, where were we? The ledge. And actually, I still retain my instance, so it's not all bad. Dash. Dash. I really like the skill. It just looks really cool. If only there were more instances of it. 5 mana cost. Almost 2-second cooldown. And there is a cast time to it. I don't think it matters though. Steel Skin though, 3-second cooldown. So that's a lot longer. Now, if only we had some attack speed, that'd be nice. So, from my understanding, you can actually cancel out of attacks. Just like that. So if I do something like double strike dash, no, wait. I guess you have to have a pretty fast attack in order to cancel out. But it looks like I can kind of like start an attack and walk away, so I don't even complete my double slash. Yeah. So I wonder if there's
My
some efficiency to
Phantom will
like,
barely recognize me.
yeah, like I can start an attack and cancel out of it. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so this guy's dropping armor, and it kind of looks like it too. Kind of tell. This guy's just, this is a chest. Okay. Who else is dropping like cool stuff? What's this? Currency? Trinkets. Okay. So what happened to the chest? Oh, there's just like a random eternal chest there. Alright, I'm starting to understand. So basically you want to look for those special items. Ooh, double Quicksilver. Alright, I want to move my microphone a little bit closer, so hold on just 1 second. Excuse the noise. Okay. I think this will be better. Hopefully the sound is going to be a little bit more clear. I'm not sure. Okay, so a lot of things I could potentially ID. Probably I want the belt, because that's going to be an easy upgrade. And then the gloves. So I'm going to equip another Quicksilver, so I'm going to go double Quicksilver. The helmet, it's probably okay. Gloves, I want these for the gem slots. They're not great. What about these? So this one has some resistance. This one has resistance too. But it also has life gain on kill. It's not a crazy stat, but it has some damage to attacks as well. So I kind of like that. The helmet isn't going to give me much. And then this thing's white, so I'm going to use an Orb of Chance. So Orb of Chance upgrades a normal item to a random rarity. So that rarity could be magic, rare, like yellows, and if possible, you could potentially get a unique item. If there is a unique item of this base type. So I'm going to chance it. Actually, I'm going to put another whetstone on it. So when an item is white, a whetstone will give it 5% quality. When it's blue, you'll get 2%. And when it's yellow or unique, you'll get 1%. So this is probably going to give it the most quality. Wow. Physical damage, lightning damage, increased physical damage, as well as life gain for each enemy hit. So this is actually a really good one-handed axe that I got right there. And I can probably use it for a while. So I'm going to pick up Art of the Gladiator. So that's going to give me more attack speed. And more importantly, armor typically gives you, there's like a passive reduced movement speed on it. But with that stat, now I ignore those penalties. So that is really good as well. So now, 10% attack speed doesn't look like much. Oh, I can cause gaps with dash as well. That's really good. Nice. This is looking real dope, I have to say. Alright. So, I'm actually going to try and drop the War Banner when I hit the Timeless Monolith, just so that I get that increased movement speed. Are there any other cool things? Unfortunately, it doesn't really show on the map. I need more movement speed for this, or attack speed. I'm actually of the opinion that double strike is better than whatever it is I have right now. Because there is a little bit of AoE there. I mean, not much. But the more weapon range that we have, the better it gets, right? Let's see. This does 6 to 13, this is 5 to 12, but it has the same attack speed. How about now? No, it's not this? 60 14 1.5, 60 15, 60 13. 121 DPS, 212. I mean, reading the DPS numbers from your character sheet isn't exactly reliable, but it's the best I got right now, so I could put double strike here. Yeah, not as much AoE actually on double strike. It's more of a single target skill from the looks of things, which makes sense, right? It's not supposed to be the ultimate AoE skill. Definitely, I feel like my attack speed is a lot better, and I think a lot of that has to do with onslaught. Chance to beat double strike onslaught, yeah. Oh, this hurts. Whalebone rapier.
I believe in traveling light.
Now that is an upgrade. Once again, though, like, I don't have, gosh. Navali, hello.
See you soon.
Meet Navali in town. We can do that later. I don't have enough orbs to craft like these white items that I find. Like this is 3-linked, green, green, red. That's a perfect replacement, but I can't find the right currency. I'm just really poor right now.
It's to be a cage fight then. I can live with that.
Ancestral Call, I'll put that away. I don't need it right now. I guess one thing I could do if I really wanted to have AoE is just do this. Put Ancestral Call on double strike. It does 147 DPS. I don't know if that's necessarily better. Let's just stick with Chance to Bleed. Single target.
Take care.
Melee Splash is one way to... one way to do this. If I want to turn my double strike into my main skill. Added fire damage. If I had red, 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 green, right? That would be pretty good too. So melee splash is different, right? It deals splash damage to surrounding targets. It deals 50% less damage, but it has 3% more melee splash AoE. Versus Ancestral Call, it deals 24% less damage, but it targets 2 nearby enemies. What do I want? Probably added fire. That's just always good. And then I'm gonna sell some of this stuff, and hopefully I get enough back that I can get a transmutation orb. Perfect. This is a DPS boost, right? Yeah. Now it's green, red, green.
Mm-hmm.
Melee splash. Blind, range attack totem, chance to flee, trap, stun, knockback. Add a fire, additional accuracy. Dual strike. More crit strike chance against enemies that are on full life. More damage against enemies that are on full life. Maybe I'll use dual strike. I'm dual wielding right now anyways. And now I can use whatever, right? Yeah, I'm not restricted to... Okay. Okay. So dual strike will be my my single target, and double strike will be my, I don't know, my AoE. So Ancestral Call, Double Strike, Onslaught, and like Dual Strike, Added Fire. Onslaught, I don't know.
Goodbye.
And then let's put these away. Probably don't need this anymore.
Be well.
Maybe I can level some of these gems. Let's level Ruthless. Let's level... I don't want to level those other ones. Okay. What's the time? 25 minutes? It's already been 25 minutes. The thing with this game is... it goes too... fast? Alright. So this is what I'm gonna stick with for a while. Right? AoE is... so I should put my AoE actually on my right click and my single target on here. Okay, that looks pretty good. And it attacks very fast, which is what I like. Ooh, here's the chest. Here's another chest from the looks of things. The AoE coverage isn't as insane as some of the other skills that I have. And in fact, I probably don't need Blood and Sand anymore if I'm using this, because this AoE isn't really based on AoE. It's not really based on my actual area of effect. It's just based on my melee range. So Blood and Sand probably does nothing here. Well, that was cool, I guess. Okay, so I am dual wielding, but I don't plan on dual wielding. In fact, I probably plan on holding a shield. I need to look real quick. Do I want any of these nodes down here? Because I'm about to leave this area. Impale? I might want Impale later. Shoot. I probably don't want this. Chance to gain Onslaught. That could be good. That's a lot of... it's pretty far. What's with all this stuff here? I've never seen this before. This isn't the sound of frustration, it's the sound of confusion. I don't want crit chance. If I'm playing a Dominating Blow Summoner, there are a few things I would think that I would need. Some survivability to not die. And like maybe a bunch of attack speed. If I go Blood Magic, that's probably awful, especially since I want to run a bunch of auras. Forceful Skewering, I might want this. I probably want Impale. Impale. How many nodes are there on the tree for Impale? Just this many, huh? Okay. You know what? I won't think about it for now. I'm just gonna go with my original path. Someone let me know if I'm screwing this up, okay? I'm playing a Dominating Blow champion. That's the plan. I'm gonna go to the Marauder tree, I'm gonna go to the Templar tree, and I'm gonna go get minion damage nodes because that will benefit both my minions as well as myself. And then I'm gonna pick up a lot of life, a lot of resists. I know that there's a lot of cool nodes on the Duelist tree. The only reason I'm even here is because I want those Impale nodes. And I'm probably gonna go champion for even more Impale so that my minions can Impale as well. So probably minions will be supported by Impale. I think, like, I have a rough idea of what I want, but I never really planned it out. But this is the plan, and I'm gonna stick with it. So now Blood and Sand. Let's go back to Blood and Sand. I don't think I need it. Not right now, at least, because it doesn't do anything. Like, there's no AoE here, right? Support. There's no AoE tag anywhere. So what? You know what? I'm gonna turn it off. I think you just right-click it and turn it off. Yeah. So there's a Labyrinth trial right there. Typically what I do in past runs is I would ignore the Labyrinth trial because typically your character isn't like... It takes too long and it's too annoying to do. Ooh, Sapphire Ring, I want that. But I have 2 Quicksilvers. I can probably do this real quick without it being annoying. Like, typically it isn't a case of, oh, I can't do this, it's too hard. It's like, this is too annoying to do. Oh, that dodge. That was sick plays. Those are some sick plays. Okay. It's all about the little things that you gotta get enjoyment from. Ooh. Now that I have... Wow, look at this melee range.
Belief is the strongest metal of them all.
This feels great. I can't believe they buffed melee so much. I remember there was one point where I'm like, you will never find me playing a meta build. And it's still kind of true. Not because it's meta, but because sometimes the meta builds go so fast, I don't know what's going on. And it's just like, I don't understand this game anymore. But like, look at these buffs. They feel... They're making the game more enjoyable because like, things are... They just feel good, you know? Like, who would have thought that you can just double strike Ancestral Call your way through this game? I never would have thunk that this would have been a possibility. It's insane. Nice. Okay. Now we want to get to Brutus. Actually, in this second level, there isn't too much point in fighting. Just because the necromancers in this area, they cast Enfeeble on you, which reduces your damage, and typically your damage is already pretty garbage to begin with, especially early on, right? Like, there aren't that many times where you can, like, look at this, we're not barely doing any damage. So typically it's not worth fighting over here, but I'm feeling pretty strong, so I don't mind clearing a few packs here and there, but once again, I'm just trying to get to the next zone. Now, with regards to this series, honestly, I don't know how long it'll run for. You know, I always run into the same issue, which is just the amount of time I can commit. Not to playing this game, but to recording videos. I find myself playing a lot offline, but it's not enjoyable to watch, right? Unless you guys are okay with it. A lot of times when I'm playing offline, I'm not talking this much. You know, my wife, sometimes she works from home, and then when I'm doing this, she's unable to work, right? I have a full-time job, so the only time I can record these videos is late at night. So, and once it gets late enough, you know, my wife needs to sleep, and that's the thing with my life now, right? So, I don't know how long I can keep this up.
I recognize that.
Obviously, in the first week, that's when most
Grand
people get
Arena.
their Path of Exile gaming on, and that's the same with me. You know, in the first maybe month or so is where I get most of my gaming time, and maybe it's gonna taper off after that. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe this league is gonna be so great that I'm I'm gonna be playing it all League. It's happened in the past, but we're gonna have to see. I find myself playing on my own a lot more, just because I can play without having to talk. Like, you know, it's kind of tough. So, I'm down to do like streams where maybe, you know,
Your frightened
get
heart
one or two words
echoes
in
from
every
these
now and then.
stones.
But otherwise, okay, so this guy, you got dodges attacks, right? But otherwise, you know, like, I can't do these full-on episodes consistently. It's different if I'm streaming and I'm just like, oh hey, welcome to stream. Let's get back
Skill
to the
beats
game.
size
You know,
every
it's
time.
just a chill stream today. We're not doing much, but when it's not like that, you know, it's hard to do all this recording. It's hard to find that time where I get that period of not silence, but just where I can find the time to stream, so, or record even. It's kind of hard. Okay, so definitely I'm never replacing this axe. I can replace this. The sword though, no, I'm not replacing it. The sword gives me way too much, or the sockets are too good. A 3-link? I'm not giving that up unless I find another 3-link. Do I want any of these? The boarding axes could be good. I mean, potentially a 2-link could be better. It is not. Maybe this one? Maybe? One sec. Okay, we just killed Brutus. I'm actually gonna end it right here, just because it's gonna be a like pretty quick episode. And by quick, I mean 40 minutes. It still took a while. We are on to the next zone, and hopefully next episode we're gonna be able to finish finish this act. But hold on, let me get the jewel back in town from Tarkley. Let's see if there's anything new from him.
Farewell.
Obviously there is, of course. Precision, you and nearby extra crit chance. I don't think I care about that. Let's take Leap Slam? Rally and Cry? Oh, Rally and Cry is just like another button to press. Yeah, sure, let's take a Rally and Cry.
Stay sharp out
And
there.
then,
While we live.
maybe there's some cool gems over here. Let's see. Shield charge, leap slam. I don't have a shield. Yeah, let's take Rally and Cry and then go with that. Alright, let's call it an episode right
While
here.
we live,
Thank you guys very
we're
much for
blessed.
watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.